back. It's Tuesday again. Time for another episode of YPFL Talk. And it's episode number 8 again. Hello, Leo, once more.
A little earlier today.
Yeah, right. I didn't even notice it, yeah. Just Tuesday again, but this time it is a little earlier. Can you tell us why?
Because I want to watch Endgame tonight and I have to travel a lot for it.
Makes sense. Everybody will do that tonight. Like, a lot of the people that are listening to this podcast probably are going to do that as well, right?
Yeah. Except the UK guys, because I was already talking to our special guest today, and he told me that the release date in the UK is actually 1 day later.
Is it? Ooh.
Yeah.
That is interesting, man. I surely didn't know that.
Yeah, sucks to be a Brit, I guess.
Must be.
All right.
Yeah, like...
let's get into...
yeah, just go for it. It's your turn.
Let's get into the EVO stuff. This weekend, we have had yet another Southern American YCS Quito, also known as YCS Gallo or Bea, as some famous players would call it.
Yeah.
We had roughly about... Wait, how many players were there? Do you know that?
406 players in total in the end.
That is not much. I mean, these YCSs are never like visited as much as the European ones or the Northern American ones.
Yeah, definitely not. It's like YCS South America, as always, right? It's just not a lot of people are attending. And also, like, they only have written coverage for these events. And I tried to find out quite a bit of stuff about the event, but it was pretty hard. Because, like, there isn't a lot of information. They only have written coverage, but then they do not even do a top 32 or top 16 breakdown or something of decks, which would be, like, the most interesting thing to watch, but they don't do it. So you just have to search for all the information all over Zodiac and stuff, and I think that shouldn't be like how we roll. But what was the main thing standing out is that Sky Striker won another tournament, right?
Again, yes. Now at 10 major wins, and I think nationals aren't counted in. It's just YCSs and Euros or Continentals, as they call it.
I read a pretty cool statistic to that, like that ties Sky Strikers in the 4th place of deck archetypes, like Dragon Ruler, Necros, BA, and Gladiator Beasts also had 10 major titles. And like, these are decks which have been around for quite a while, like for example BA or Gladiator Beasts or Necros, whatever. Yeah. And the only deck that have more Premier tops are Zodiac with 12 tops, Chaos Restrict with 13 tops, and Monarchs actually with 40 tops. Pretty interesting. Yeah,
I mean, Monarchs were like incredibly popular back in the days. I mean, they're not referring to the Aether, Ada's, Idea deck.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe this deck won a YCS?
Yeah, I was wondering too. I don't even know. I have no clue.
This is really unfair, actually, because they're like 2 Monarch decks which are completely different, but they counted as the same one. Yeah. But I guess Monarchs have always been really versatile, right? The deck could change like over so many formats. It started off like in GOAT, they had Monarch decks, but also if you were looking at the Teledeck format, or not Teledeck, but the Dead OTK format, right when Phantom Darkness was released, there was like anti-Monarchs with Thestalos and Royal Oppression and all that stuff. So Monarchs have always been a good choice until they got completely power creeped and got revived again by having like 100% new cards. So
yeah, but like all the decks were around for a lot longer, and Sky Striker now is in that circle already. We've been out for a year. It's like insane. It shows the strength of the deck once more.
Yeah,
and
indeed.
Another thing continued. Another
the meme
2nd place finish for the Thunder Dragon Danger deck. Even Ultimate Rare Colossus can't help the deck to win a major title. It also must suck to be a Thunder Dragon Danger player, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Isala got 2nd twice with the deck now.
Yeah.
Why don't you just drop it, honestly? I mean, it doesn't win you the tournaments, and I think Isala, he's a high-profile player. He's insanely talented. he should try to play like a deck that actually wins tournaments.
I guess so. And yeah, so that was like a rather small YCS, and there was another rather small tournament in Dallas, a Pro Play Tour Games event.
Yeah.
And that got a lot of content to create. Like, you could immediately watch the top 16 breakdown, everything like that. So I really liked about that. And obviously there are a lot of high-profile players at these events as well, because they have very, very cool cash prizes and so on. And I was quite surprised they had a big Salomon grade domination at this event. I think Cameron Neal in the end won it, going 12-0 with the deck. And he played a pretty interesting list.
Really huge.
Like, he played a list that is like really controlly, because he main deck triple Solemn Strike and triple Shared Right. So that is pretty sick, I think, because these are cards that were played like a long time ago, like when Skystrike mirror matches were the routine. Now people were coming back to it, and actually the card is pretty good against Salomon Grade as well, isn't it? Like Shared Right.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they can OTK you through it if you have like no other interruption, if you don't draw into your hand traps, but that shouldn't be the case. So actually, if you go first and you have Shared Right, you should be actually good to go. It should stop your opponent for quite a bit. But I mean, losing the dice roll with this version, that should be like really terrible actually, because Shared Right in the mirror match in the Salomon Grade doesn't really do anything if your opponent has already established his board, has used his Sunlight Wolf effect to add back 2 cards actually. Yeah. And add the Sanctuary. So
yeah, that is true. And like just completing the top 16 breakdowns, they had 7 Salomon Grades, 3 Sky Striker, and also 3 Endymion Pendulum decks. That's pretty interesting, I would say. Do you think that's a high number for the new deck, or a low number? What's your opinion on it?
I mean, I think the deck isn't really too strong. I think Pendulum is always. I mean, maybe the Strikes won him many games against Pendulum, actually, if you're looking at that, because Strike is like the OG counter to Pendulum.
Yeah, that's true.
Together with Anti-Spell Fragrance, I guess. But yeah, I think the deck has potential, so it makes sense that people played it. But I don't agree with 3 of them topping. I think there's better choices in the metagame right now, and that's actually a high number, I think, yeah.
Yeah. And also, the one that came all the way to top 4 was an Amophage version, and he actually, like, the main card that made that deck a really good deck. Obviously, there's Goliath, not being able to special summon monsters from the extra deck is very good. But then there's also Amophage Lechery, I think it is called, which says you can
Lechery maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, like, that's pretty huge too, and he performed quite well, got all the way to top 4, so maybe that is the way to go. I think that caused a lot of Amophage cards buyouts, actually. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Like, it's like already at 6-7 euros. Let me check that. I think I saw also a Prankits deck in the top cut.
Yep, exactly. 1 Prankits, 1 Danger Thunder Dragon, and 1 Danger Zombie Occust, which I saw people declare to be not as good, but it still managed to take 1 spot in the top 16. So it did all right.
Yeah, this deck was also introduced, or the first one that topped was also, I think, Azala, right?
That could be true, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I remember the deck profile of him putting out the zombie worlds and stuff, yeah. You're absolutely correct about that. And let's move on to the second part of our podcast, which is Deck of the Week, because we didn't talk about the biggest thing that happened in Quito, YCS Quito. Like, there was a top 4 deck, which really made waves afterwards, I would say. I think it's fair to say that people were talking about it, because actually Cyber Dragon August managed to get 4th place in the tournament.
Yeah, and like we have talked about it before, I think that your opinion about it, or your comment about the deck profile, was pretty funny, actually. Why don't you tell us what you thought about the deck profile?
Yeah, like the player was like showing off his deck, and then there was like, yeah, can you show us like the cool combo? And he was like, yeah, searching out his cards, and he was grabbing for Cyber Dragon Core and Machine Duplication, and then was like, yeah, normal summon Cyber Dragon Core and activate Machine Duplication. I was like, who would have thought that that is a good thing to do? Like, that is the combo of the deck? Cool.
Insane.
Yeah. What happens there is that you do the basic Orcus combo, but before doing that, you actually set up an Infinity. So you have a negate for potential hand traps and stuff already before going to the Orcus combo, which is quite nice, but like still, it is a going second deck, which now is a little more viable going first because you have the Orcus combo. But I'm like unsure about the deck. I don't really like it, I have to say. I think it was kind of
I think
one-hit wonder.
I think that the best hand trap versus this combo would still be Ash, and that would be dropped on Machine Duplication, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So Infinity doesn't really help there.
But from that point on, you could probably still get into the Orcus combo somehow. I mean, it is hard because you would need Galaxy Soldier or something to get into the second monster. So yeah, I'm like really not too hyped about the deck.
Yeah, I think that's Thunder Dragon always Cyber Dragon, not Thunder. Cyber Dragon always tops because players still don't respect it. I mean, it has some YCS tops already, but people are way too ignorant to read all the cards and know what the deck does, and then therefore they misplay against the deck or they miscalculate something and lose games to it. And sometimes the deck also opens broken. I mean, the deck has potential, but I think that people are not reading the cards.
Yeah, of course, like the fusion monsters are still very good against obviously Sky Striker, and also pretty good against Salamangreat. Like, you have to say, like, just taking away their exotic monsters is pretty good. But I don't think the introduction of Orcus into the deck is really helping the deck too much, and it's like pushing it hard forward. Yeah, but that's basically our deck of the week. We talked about it. The hot topic. And yeah, going second deck that has more going first shenanigans now, basically. And yeah, the player of the week. We already mentioned his name. Can you say it once more, like the whole name, please?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get his Facebook page up before I do that. Okay, so it's Isala Wathathuntrich. Is that right, guys? Isala Wathathuntrich. This guy is like the danger player. I think he performed with Thunder Dragon and of course also with Danger Zombie Orcus. Like, he knows his combo decks right now.
Seems like it.
So
very high profile player, as you already said.
Yeah, two second YCS spots in a row, right?
He did make second place in the Team YCS, right? In Atlanta.
Yeah, and was there one after that?
Yeah, Paulo Gonçalves obviously won. Oh no, he won the UDS. Like, oh no, he won a YCS too. Which YCS was it? Like a very small one too in South America. I don't even know where it was anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, still,
tell us in chat, guys. I think there was
until April, 2 YCS second places. That's actually pretty neat. I would like to pull that off. I mean, actually, I would like to win, like Paolo did, but not everyone can be a Paolo, right?
Yeah, but both players basically having in common that they're sticking to the one deck that they have experience with. Like, of course, Isala switched around a little with zombies at the start, but he basically is saying the Danger engine is very good, and the best way to abuse is probably the Danger Thunder deck. So he is running that, and he's running that for a while now, and he's still rolling with it. And obviously, Paulo had his Sky Striker deck all the time. So that's basically a good thing to do. Even if you're a very good player that could probably perform on a high level with every deck in the format, there might still be one deck that suits you the best.
Yeah. And I mean, he made it to top 16 this event as well.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even follow that, but sadly his streak is gone then. Like, I thought he might not even attend the YCS, but then sadly only top 16. I mean, no, I'm kidding. Like, that's still very impressive.
Yeah, indeed it is. So, but let's let's
fast.
move on to our next topic, which would be card of the week. And now we are moving away a bit from YCS Quito, and we're instead looking into the future. I think the most hyped up card from the last week would definitely be GNO Material.
Surely. Can you just generally tell again what the card does, in case somebody does not know?
So No Material is a hand trap that is a TCG only, which will be introduced in Dark Neostorm. It's basically, how do I call it, like barrier on, a bit like barrier as a hand trap. So if you control no cards at all, which is important, so this card is probably not going to be a main deck choice for most of the players, you can react to a summon of an opponent's monster and drop GNO Materials. Or no material. I think the G is silent, like in a Django Kappa. So no material gets dropped if your opponent summons a monster, and that monster can't be used for link summons, fusion summons, exceed summons, all the other summons, like all these summon mechanics. It can't be tributed, nothing. So This card is actually insane. It can take out combo pieces, but I think most importantly is you can lock your opponent in his extra monster zone. Like imagine playing Orcus and you summon your Phoenix in your extra monster zone to go for combo, and then your opponent says, "Yeah, bro, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna gnome you, get gnomed." And then he's locked into...
might become a thing, right? I've been gnomed. We could hear that on YCS and on Nationals a lot in the future.
There are so many gnome memes on the internet, it's insane.
Yeah.
Get gnomed, guys. So I think this one will be like an expensive card. I felt like all the secret rares from Dark Neostorm are actually good and playable. I think we have Cybernet Mining, which is weird, but it can be abused by Salamangreats because it would instantly trigger the Gazelle. We have Cherubini, also highly anticipated card. We have... What else we have? We have Nulnun and Blooming Dogwood.
Yeah, which is too long name for that hand trap family, right?
Yeah.
What is the shortcut for it? It's Ash Blossom, and what is her short name?
I think it's Nulnun or Doggo Girl.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so that one was it was a good counter, or it was anticipated as a counter to Rongo. We don't really need to worry about Rongo anymore, but I think it can also do a pretty decent job against Orcus, right?
I think it should be alright, definitely. I mean, Phoenix is not even pointing down, so if he summons Phoenix and you drop that, like, how?
Yeah, you drop the gnome.
You're right. You're alright.
Yeah.
For the next card, but like, there's a lot of things that will really affect our national season, I would guess.
We also have Idli. Yeah. Idli also has like potential. Don't think it's like the best card yet, but it might be abused with a needle fiber or something like that. Anyways, like all the Dark Neostorm cards are pretty good. And I think we're kind of already in news time because not that much happened this time, this week. Like Dark Neostorm will come out and we have quite the rarity announcements. I mean, what I think is great is that like the main support of this set will be for Orcus, Dingirsu, and the counter trap, which was called Climax. Those are both not expensive. Like also like Manhunt, also a highly anticipated card. OCG players are crazy over it. Super rare, and Dingirsu is an ultra rare. So this stuff is all affordable, which is quite nice actually.
Yeah. Do you think Manhunt will put Altergeist into the meta again? Is Altergeist a deck anymore?
I don't think Altergeist is a fucking deck, so I don't think that it will be pushed into the meta game again. Yeah, it might happen if spellcards get like insanely popular and really dominating again. And then you can pull out the Secret Village of Spellcaster again. But
the good old trick, yeah. It's true. Yeah, like Dark Neostorm was leaked. You said it. I think an announcement that was made during the last week also was that Italian nationals finally have their date and location.
Yep.
That will be in Bologna on the 14th and 15th of June. And I'm actually considering it because I still have not decided which national I'm going to play. And,
oh, really?
Actually, like, Bologna is also like pretty easy to reach. I think flights from Berlin are like €80 together for both flights. So that is definitely something to consider. And Bologna also, of course, is very, very warm, and you can combine it with having holidays a little, like just chill out.
They invented the bolognese, I think.
Yeah, I think you told me that story before, and I'm still not sure whether
I'm a very
true,
interesting person, guys.
I mean, yeah, maybe there's some Italian guys in the chat. Can you tell us whether they actually invented the bolognese? I had some good bolognese over the weekend, but not that it matters. But yeah, like, Italian nationals, 14th and 15th in Bologna. And yeah, as we were casting German nationals and Austrian nationals, these two are out of reach for me because we will be talking at that event, but not at the player table, only at the featured match area. And I mean, that's even better, I would say. Oh, somebody in the chat is saying, come to Croatia. I actually considered going to Croatia too. Like, that's the same weekends than Italian nationals, and Croatia obviously is beautiful too. Like, I'm basically between these two right now. And I have some friends. I'm looking into apartments and stuff right now, and we should probably book in the near future.
Yeah, that is true. You should. I'm already pretty hyped. My nationals is in like 2 weeks, or 1.5 weeks from now. And I actually want a list, or I don't want a list, but I want confirmation. I want to know what I'm going to play.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy. But I know you guys in the chat are waiting for our special guest to join the conversation, and I think we shouldn't let you wait much longer. So here he comes, the one and only Nadhir Mazouni, aka FARFA YGO. Hey!
Welcome, round of applause.
Can you hear me okay? Hello?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we can hear you. That's
okay, great.
Perfectly
awesome.
Fine.
Yes, hi, it's me.
So Nadhir, could you just give us a brief introduction about yourself, who you are, in case somebody in the chat is not known to that already?
Well, I have been playing. I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh when I was like a child or whatever, when it was a cool fad. I guess I was like 10 or 11 years old or something, and then it died out because it's just a cool little fad thing. So whatever, you move on. But then years later, it was 2013, late 2013, and my friend just randomly decided to show us our. Or his old cards. So he just had like we usually hang out with him in his like little like basement thing where he has like those games consoles and stuff, and like we just nerd out and stuff. So we were just chilling there, and then like we moved like his like computer monitor, just like pushed it backwards like by accident, and like this big stack of cards just fell like on the floor from behind it. It's like, what the hell is this? And we picked them up, and it's like Monster Reborn and Blue Eyes and The Masked Beast and like all these like crazy like old school cards, like old school cards. And then we picked it up and we're like, holy crap, wow, Yu-Gi-Oh, remember that? And then we just started like messing around and stuff with like this stack of cards, and we mixed them up and shuffled it up and played a little bit. And then when we were playing, we got like really into it. Like, wow, this is actually really fun. Because like when you're older and stuff and you like remember the rules, it's like it's a bit more fun than just like throwing cards on the table like you do when you're a kid or whatever. And then, so no Battle City rules or anything. And we just kind of like moved on from there and just, like Googled online like different, current decks and stuff like that. And I bought a Agent Structure deck. He bought like a 6-Sam deck. And we just messed around with like crap like that. And then, you enter the real world and you show up to locals with my Agent Structure deck, and I play against Dragon Rillers, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's weird. I managed to win a game somehow with Master Hyperion. I don't know how, but anyway. And then like I guess in 2014 or something, Nationals, I started a YouTube channel, and that's when I started just making different videos and stuff. It starts out with deck profiles. I mean, that's what everyone does when they have a YouTube channel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, yeah, I'll just do deck profiles. That's content, right? So I just took all the deck profiles at the UK Nationals because there was actually no one doing it. Like, no one was actually just filming it, which is crazy because like, the cover. Yeah, like usually every event has like someone doing coverage, and you can just look up the event and you find it on YouTube. The UK Nationals that year, for whatever, just literally no one was doing coverage. I guess I was lucky, but I got a few subscribers from there, and yeah, I was like a uni student. I just made videos on and off for fun, a bunch of just like random things, random discussions, random deck profiles, just really poor quality, terrible, like bad videos, on and off. And then I guess more recently, fast forward this past year, early last year, 2018, I started, I made a decision after I finished uni. And I was like, well, yeah, I could go get a job, or, you know, I could keep doing this because my channel was like growing pretty well, and it was doing okay, like financially. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, I can sustain myself on YouTube for a while. So, I mean, this is fun, you know, I can do this, or I can go sit in an office all day. So I just like, okay, like, I guess I'll just try this for a while. And well, here we are, I guess. 1 year later, I'm still doing it full time. So it's pretty fun. That's, I guess, the whole story, kind of. Yeah.
I respect that. Not working, I'm a big supporter of that. Sounds like sounds really terrible.
Like,
hey, this is a real serious job, okay?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, is it a job you would recommend, or would you yourself call it a job, basically?
I mean, it's absolutely like a job.
That was offensive, Basti.
No, I'm just wondering. Like, a lot of people probably are wondering, like, how it is to be a YouTuber.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people like obviously like, you know, think that you just kind of like sit in front of a camera and people throw money at you and you make videos like randomly and there you go, easy life. But it's absolutely not like that. Like, you know, you have to like, it's not for everyone. Anyone who's ever tried to stream, or anyone who's ever tried to just sit for hours and just talk to random people on the internet and entertain them for like, it's not easy. It's not for everyone. It takes a very certain kind of person or personality, and it's not like, you know, I'm not like the best person at it or whatever, but you know, it is something I do enjoy, and it is something that I've had a lot of fun with. And I think the biggest misconception about, at least on the YouTube side as well, that people have is they think that, you know, I have like really intelligent, like super smart opinions about Yu-Gi-Oh! Why do they listen to Team Sam or Simo or FARFA or whatever? Like, these guys are idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. They say stupid things and stupid ideas about the game all the time. I could do it, but it's like, you have to have a certain skill set that, you know, everyone has an idea. Everyone has you know, thoughts about the game, their opinions on the game. But are you able to present those thoughts and those ideas in a sort of entertaining, charismatic, and sort of just enjoyable to watch manner? That's a talent that not everyone has.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to think that, you know, it's so simple. You just sit and you do things in front of a camera, but well, clearly it's not, because then everyone would just be able to go be a YouTuber easily, right? So yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think for sure it's a pretty challenging thing. It's like, you know, you're sort of being in this position where you are, I guess, generally classified as an entertainer, and not every person wants to be an entertainer per se, right? So it's not for everyone, but for some other people, like my peers and stuff, like Simo and stuff, like I think we do an okay job at it, and we are where we are today, like, and it's pretty fun. And for me personally, it's enjoyable. There's been bad times. There's been really, really difficult situations, more than I ever did working quote unquote real jobs. And there's been, you know, some really great, awesome times as well. So it's like any other job, I feel. There's ups and downs and bad days and good days.
Yeah. Do you sometimes feel like a pressure to put out content? Is it hard in that way?
Yeah, so like I had my focus mainly is really Twitch. I feel like I enjoy streaming more than I do like making video. Well, I do enjoy making videos a lot. I do enjoy them both, but in terms of like money wise, you can't really be full time doing Yu-Gi-Oh on YouTube unless you upload like basically every day.
Yeah.
And in order to make daily Yu-Gi-Oh content, you kind of really sacrifice quality. Like you have to make like some really bland, boring videos to like keep up. You can't come up with some crazy, amazing, innovative, you know, awesome video that is going to be remembered for years every single day. You just can't do that. So I prefer to like have my videos a bit more rarer, but I know that they're going to be enjoyable, and I know that they're going to be, you know, really like something that someone's going to look forward to at the end of the week or something. They come home and they've had a long day at work and they just like, yeah, I can just watch this video and relax. And it's something enjoyable and something different rather than top 5 side cards this week and like just stuff like that, that I personally feel I don't really get much entertainment from. And it's, you do feel that pressure to like put out as many videos as you can, because that's how you survive and make money from it. That's why I put my focus towards Twitch instead, because I just feel like there isn't that pressure to just, I could just like hang out and stuff with people and talk and do fun things and play different games and stuff, and that's like the enjoyable part. And whereas, you know, YouTube I feel is a lot more stressful than Twitch.
Yeah, and in the end, it is still your hobby that you are doing full time, right? So
sure. So it's
and you're still having fun with it. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there are bad times as well. Like 2018 was very hard to be for me personally. It was very difficult to be a YouTuber.
FTKs.
And, yeah, the game itself was really at its lowest point last year, especially in the later parts. It was just waiting for Firewall to be gone so I could actually like enjoy myself again. And it was probably my hardest time was like late last year in December. I actually took 3 weeks off completely, just no videos, no content, no streaming, because it was unbearable. Like I hated it. Like it was to the point where I was considering like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. This is awful. I actually really hate this. I hate Yu-Gi-Oh. But formats come and go, thankfully. So we got out of there. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the flow with the game, even though it's your hobby and stuff. Like, it doesn't matter what hobby you have. If you do your hobby all the time, constantly, every single day, it can not feel like a hobby anymore. Because, I mean, at least for me personally, I haven't sort of quote unquote played Yu-Gi-Oh for fun in a while. Like, I play Yu-Gi-Oh on stream and stuff, but for me, like, that's me, like, you know, showing up to work, basically. I know that sounds kind of funny, like, sitting down to play Yu-Gi-Oh on Dueling Book is like sitting down for work. But, I mean, it does feel like that sometimes, because you know, a lot of time, especially in 2018, I'm just like, this is a shit day. I don't want to be here. I can't be bothered. It's terrible. It's boring. And I felt like that's sometimes you get that when your focus is like making content about the game, researching about the game, looking up the future of the game or the history of the game, to write scripts about the game and talk about the game and edit videos about the game, and stream the game and do everything about the game. When I actually come away to sit and relax, I don't want to play. Like, I don't want to, like, it's like, okay, great, I've done editing videos for the day. I'm going to go to locals and play in a tournament. Like, that's the last thing I want to do after a lot, you know? So,
yeah, I can imagine.
So even though it's like a hobby, and it's like a fun thing that people do, you still, like, you don't want to play all the time.
Yeah. So instead you just go to Zodiac Duelists and create some nice little memes, I guess.
Yeah. I'm very good at my memes.
Yeah, go ahead. Good.
No, sure, that was it. Go ahead.
Like, do you think Zodiac Duelists helped you to become as famous as you are? Because you obviously engage a lot with the community over Zodiac, I would say. I think that's fair to say. And was that a platform you have to use?
When I started my when I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh, like the second time, like when in like 2013 and stuff, I like, you know, I was looking around online, like, how do I, you know, what are good decks to play, and like, how do I get better and things like that. So I just looked for like YouTube channels and stuff. Shout outs to Team Sam. I net decked his Blackwing video from like 5 years ago. Things like that. And yeah, Facebook was a good option as well. I think MCole40 has his YouTube channel, and I think at the end of each video it says, join our Facebook group. And I was like, oh, Facebook group, sure. I guess I'll join that for Yu-Gi-Oh! And just interacting with a lot of people, and I met a lot of people through there. I met a lot of people online at events, and but yeah, so big shout out to Zodiac. Like I don't know where or how things would have turned out if I didn't have Zodiac, because my first initial videos and inspirations and ideas and stuff came from talking to people there and meeting people there, and people, you know, finding my channel there. I would post my videos there and stuff, and slowly but surely getting more and more support and stuff. So yeah, it was a huge contribution to my success for sure.
Yeah, do you have a favorite meme of all time? A Yu-Gi-Oh meme?
For sure. Am I able to show it?
No, that's pretty hard. Sadly,
Sure.
That's just a voice podcast.
Well, if we're gonna go by, like, because I've made a lot. Like literally, I think in 2016 or something, I made 340 memes or something, which is almost a meme every single day.
That's pretty big.
I only know, I didn't count them, by the way. I only know that because Facebook page tells you how many posts you have. So the probably the most recent one, at least I think, would be Konami announces Düsseldorf 2, which is funny and sad at the same time, because really wanted to have a big YCS, and it was a event cap, but unfortunately there was not enough space. So that's the most recent one I can think of that got a lot of traction. I think Ollie German himself shouted it out on stream. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, YCS Düsseldorf was a sad experience for me. I wanted to go there as a player, and then they shut down the registration. So I eventually said that I was going to judge the event. So as soon as I got my judge shirt and like all my information was given away, they put me in a place where I had to like talk to people who would scream at me because Konami just didn't announce a cap on the event. And then they announced YCS Düsseldorf 2, and I had to judge that, so I was apart from all my friends for the entire weekend. I couldn't even play.
Yeah, it was really sad. Like if you show up and stuff, and then you're forced to like play at a complete. Fair enough if it's like, what's the word? A different event per se, but the fact that you had to like go to a different venue, like across town and stuff, like just terrible, you know, like. Because YCSs are social events. They're not just, you know, for a lot of people, it's not just I'm going to go and try my best to win. It's about interacting with people you see like 3-4 times a year maximum.
Yeah,
and so it's really sad to see like people having to be turned away and literally go to a different venue, which is, it's a great shame.
Yeah, you said that actually Oliver German shouted you out on stream for your meme. It's like a new development as well, right? The chat function in the official YCS tournaments that has been turned off for quite a while, but it starts to begin. That we can actually chat in the chat of the YCS tournaments, right?
I think the YouTube streams, which primarily are used by the US Konami department, they don't have chat on at all.
Okay. Yeah.
But when they stream on Twitch, they do have Twitch chat up. Unfortunately, there's a lot of censored words that it becomes hard to speak sometimes. like the word like God and damn and stuff like that, and like but, and like if you say like the word target, you get censored because it says ARG in the middle. So the word target is like, so there's like there's a lot of like really silly like censoring like, so it's hard to like talk about card tech sometimes, but it's whatever. They no swearing in this Christian stream. So, but yeah, I think they do a good job of the coverage and stuff, at least.
Did you ever have like goals to actually commentate like YCS or something? Because you're obviously a big personality in the community of Yu-Gi-Oh, and so that
for sure. Yeah,
do you still have
definitely
in that regard?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep, definitely. I would like to. Just hit me up, Konami. Let me know.
I hope you hit that, Konami.
I think a lot of it is to do with my channel, my humor, my sort of persona and stuff is like Konami tries very hard to market it as the children's card game, despite the fact that the vast majority of their player base are young adults.
Yeah.
So my humor, my jokes and stuff are very sort of past a little bit PG. And I guess it's understandable they wouldn't really want me to be like the face of their game when my content is very like, I guess for mature, you know, I would say like if you're like 16 and up, is probably fine, but for younger people, I guess, and that's their supposed target audience, it's probably not really who they're who I'm best for, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people are loving your content for, obviously, like because you have that funny aspect about the game and stuff. Leo, what do you think? Should we just do our quick spell game right now?
Yeah, I think we can play. So, as we are having like a bunch of new viewers here who are obviously not just here to hear Nadhir, well, we are playing 2 games today. The first one I'm going to introduce now, which would be Quick Spells. It's a very cringe name, I know that. So this is basically like quick questions. We're making a timer for like 90 seconds, and I'm going to ask some questions to Nadhir, and he's trying to answer them as quick as he can. You can obviously also say pass if you don't know the answer. Sure. And then we are going to see how many answers you can get right, and maybe if you are being like in our next podcast, we're going to do it as well. And if you are in the top 2 spot of our quick spell answering ranking, then you might get re-invited for an epic battle versus the other top 2 guy, as we already had like a special stream with Lukas Windel and Jonas Kosche.
Sure.
So you can play more Yu-Gi-Oh in your free time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so 90 seconds, and I will actually do the counter for that. So I will count you in from 3 to 0, and then you just go off, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
1. Name 3 spellbooks.
Spellbook of Fate, Secrets, and Eternity.
Which YouTuber is known for the phrase, "Yo, what's up, guys"?
Lithium 2300.
What are the defense points of FARFA Malebranche?
1900.
Name a side deck staple card.
Twin Twister.
Name 2 hand traps.
Ghost Spell and Ghost Ogre.
Who won Belgian Nationals 2018?
President Macron. Pass.
Name a wind archetype.
Gusto.
What's Jaden Yuki's ace monster?
Flame Wingman.
Who was our last guest?
Jake Quincy?
What's 3 times 14?
12. No. I'm awful at maths. Pass.
Who won YCS Quito?
Quito? Well, it wasn't Azala, so pass.
Synchro monster with 3,000 attack points.
Attack. 3,000. So easy. Pass.
Name a dark Neostorm hand trap.
None.
Name a fire archetype.
Fire Fist.
Okay, guys, time is up. 19 seconds. But that was really, really impressive. Let me just count how many correct answers there were. 1, 2, 3,
yeah,
4,
I think
5,
that
6,
was like
7, 8.
the best we had so far.
Oh, damn.
10 correct answers. It was insane. Like, huge congratulations, man. So
there was one I wasn't sure if I got right. Which one was it?
The Flame Wingman stuff?
No.
I'll let that count.
Oh, was it wrong? It was like Elemental Hero Flame Wingman, right?
Yeah, I mean,
is that what you were
like
looking
Elemental
for?
Hero Neos, actually, because, like...
Oh, is that like from
also-
the later series or something?
Yeah, actually, yes, but it was always considered like Jaden's ace monster because in the anime Flame Wingman works obviously, but in the anime that was like the first card he had because he got it through this Kaiba Corporation thingy after he drew Neos and all that stuff, and also like it got the alternative artwork and the latest dual power thing with all the ace monsters being reprinted in different artworks. So yeah, but Flame Wingman works obviously. But what were you not sure about?
Damn, I can't remember. What was it?
I can't believe I got Macron thing.
I had no idea who the Belgium champion is. There was no way I was gonna get that. That was a waste of time. The 3,000 attack synchro monster. There's like so many, and you just forget all of them.
Yeah, I know. It would be like maybe Boral Savage Dragon.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Or
there's so many. Crystal Wing. Like there's plenty.
Yeah, Red Archfiend Dragon.
Sure.
Yeah, there are a few, and also like, Chet loved your math take on 3 times 14.
So I did 3 times 4, and then like
I heard that.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I'm really bad at maths, like really bad at arithmetic.
It's fine.
I mean, it also catches you off guard. You're trying to answer Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and then sudden math question comes along.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I asked Lucas Windle what 2 + 2 - 3 was, and he like wasted 15 seconds on it. So
what?
He was confused. So yeah, Lucas Windle not that smart actually.
I think if you know your answer is gonna take more than like 5 seconds, you just pass because like it's better to just go to something else.
Yeah, basic quiz knowledge, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I would like to talk about yourself as a Yu-Gi-Oh player maybe a little bit more. Do you have any competitive goals moving forward?
Sure. So for the longest time, maybe for like the first 2 years of my playing, I did like try really hard to like be better at the game and be good and, do my best to like be, get some competitive success. And I guess I did okay. Like, I would consistently do okay at like my locals, my regionals and stuff. We didn't really travel that much. So I had like a competent like grasp of the game more so than like the average player at your locals, which isn't very hard to be fair, but I did have like a drive to get better and stuff. And as time went on, I feel like the thing that's let me down most at like premier events, at least during the time where I would really practice and try for premier events at YCSs and stuff, I feel like the thing that really let me down was like my deck choices have been terrible. Not so much that, my technical play isn't like super amazing, but I have always believed that, like making like, it's very Patrick Hoban-esque style, but like if you have like a really super powerful deck, then you're kind of like ahead already, and that can supplement like you not being like that great technically. So I do enjoy like trying to like come up with like really powerful decks and stuff. And I feel like just a lot of the premier events that I went to, I just completely played the wrong deck, and that's kind of how I see like what my failures have been, at least from like as a competitive player.
Give us an example maybe for like a terrible deck choice you made.
So
grasp it.
Yeah, so like there was my first premier event, I guess quote unquote premier event, was like UK Nationals. I mean, it was a really big deal for me back then anyway, because it was like 600 people and stuff. I played Infinity, which was a really good deck. That was probably the best deck choice for that event. I think the thing that probably did let me down though was like I was like kind of a weaker player because I had only been playing for like 8 months at that point or something. So it was understandable I didn't do well, but like I took a really good deck, but I played 2 Soul Charge because the logic was that it breaks at 3. So I played 2 Soul Charge because it's you don't want to draw multiples. So yeah, that was probably my first stupid thing I did. The next like really dumb thing I did was YCS Prague 2015. There was full power Necros, and I legitimately somehow, for some reason, thought Trapless BA was the best deck for that event. Because the logic is that you just spam lots of big BA monsters on the field, so you make like triple Dante and stuff, and you don't need traps, you just like play like all the hand traps, which to be fair at the time really only was like Valor and Maxi. So you play like Trapless BA with all these like spells and stuff, and then you play enemy controller because you can kill them through Valk. So you attack with Dante, and then you activate Econ and you put Dante to defense. That was the theory, that was the logic. But somewhere around about round 4, I tried this after going 3-0 versus a Necros opponent, and he tells me, Econ doesn't work on your own monster. So, like 4 rounds into the event, my entire strategy fell apart. I was like, this is literally my win condition against Valkyris, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So that was really dumb.
This is basically what I experience every time I'm judging somewhere, because like in round 7 you get a judge call, and like there's one guy who like chat his way through to being like 4-3 in round 7.
Yeah.
And like nothing in his deck works at all. And yeah, you just have to explain them that their entire day was just like basically full of illegal plays.
Sure, yeah, exactly. I mean, another example of that was YCS London with Shadalls. I went there and I played Shadalls and stuff, and I was side decking Puppet Plant for the mirror match, because you could like Puppet Plant steal all their Shadal monsters, because every Shadal monster is a spellcaster. So you steal Shadal monster, fuse it, and you attack for like OTKs. It was insane, right? The problem is that Construct is the only Shadal monster that isn't a spellcaster. It's a fairy. So for like 3 rounds, I'm Puppet Planting Constructs, and no one's saying, hey, you're not allowed to do that. It was like, it was randomly, I show up to my friends and I'm just like, oh, what's your record or something? I'm like, oh, I'm like 3-1 or something. I'm doing really well against my Shadal Mirror matches. I'm just killing them with Puppet Plant. And it's like, oh, Puppet Plant, yeah. So, I mean, why would they make Winda? And it's like, no, you still Construct. And it's like, oh, Construct. Construct's a fairy, right? Yikes. So that was an awkward. But
keep trying it, man. Keep trying it.
It's like every major event that I went to like try and do well at least in my early years, like something stupid like that would just be like the reason like why I would like go from having some kind of a small chance of like maybe like getting into like far in day 2 or something, which would be a decent achievement for me if I was only playing for like a year at the time. And it was just complete failure because I had some stupid card in my deck that didn't work anywhere near the way I thought it did. So that's stupid. But my one success, my one like biggest like heartbreak, I suppose, was 2016, I think it was, with the Pendulum deck that Joshua Schmidt made during PK Fire and Monarch format. So that deck was really insane. So for the first time in my life, I had the best deck with the best cards, and I had practiced it a lot. Like I practiced that deck a lot. 2015, sorry. So that deck was insane. Like you had like 6 Kirins versus PK Fire, which was like the most represented deck. Yeah. Like Kirin is just unbelievably like powerful against that. Monarchs, the Monarch matchup is a little bit harder, but it was still pretty strong. Like bouncing their big tribute summons every turn is like they run out of fodder eventually, and you can like do like really crazy OTKs with Odd Eyes Dragon. Because it does like double damage, and you like use Photon Papal Operative to put the Prime Monarch to attack mode, and like you just like silly crazy things like that. So it was like really awesome. So I was like really looking forward to that event, and I was so happy. I was so prepared. I was like, great, this is me. I'm gonna get my top now. This is my first ever event, like Euros 2015 or whatever. I'm gonna get my top. In first round, I play against pure Speedroids, pure Speedroids. I don't know what that means. Yeah, pure Speedroids. So, and he just anti-spells me like 2 games in a row, and I lose. So that was really depressing. So the one like thing about Pendulum is that it's very, very important. Well, at a premier event level, it's very important to win round 1. I feel like at a premier event, because if you lose round 1, you start playing against anti-meta. And anti-meta is really hard to play against when you're just playing any kind of popular meta deck at the time. Especially especially during then when very popular anti-meta cards are like Solemn Strike, which PK Fire doesn't play, which Monarch doesn't play. So that was my goal, was that I'm going to play against meta, I'm going to play against Monarchs and PK Fire. That's my dream, right? And you lose round 1, you get paired up against all these like, monkey decks like Clifforts and Cosmos, and they just play like Strikes and Floodgates, and Pendulum is like super susceptible to that. So I did really badly because, I lost that very important round 1. Unfortunately, I got paired against a complete annoying anti-meta deck. So and that one event like really like it severely scarred my desire to do well. And it really like it sounds funny and stuff like losing to pure Speedroids, haha, but like it really did like properly upset me. Because I feel like sometimes in Yu-Gi-Oh! And like card games in general, like you can put so much effort into like an event, and then you just lose, like you're just out by like round 4 or something. Like it's really, really depressing.
Yeah, of course.
And then you see some other people who just show up and like, yeah, I'm just showing up, I'm here for some fun, and then they top or something, right? Because I don't know, like that happens. So that like really crippled my desire to be good at the game, honestly. And ever since then, I feel like I've never properly tried at an event. I've always like been to events and just played like some meme thing. Like I played like Triff's silly like 60 card deck. He claims it's the best. It was garbage. So I'll just play like a bunch of like generally semi fun stuff at premier events and stuff now. And honestly, ever since that event, I can honestly say I've never like put in 100% effort anymore, which is really sad. But yeah, it's like I just feel like with card games and stuff, the reward sometimes isn't there. Like in order to be rewarded in Yu-Gi-Oh, you need to attend a lot of events, and you know, going to just one big event isn't really a sort of enough, if you know what I mean.
Surely, because the scene got even more competitive than it has been like 3 or 4 years ago, I would say.
Yeah, sure, for sure. Like I feel like the average is really high now. Yeah. Not like high, but like, you know, back in the day, I feel like the basic average player at an event was like way weaker than they are now, because nowadays we have like huge access to social media, YouTube channels with like guides and tips on the meta and what to play and stuff, and plenty of online platforms to practice on. We're way more interconnected as people now. So if you meet someone you really like at an event, you can practice with each other online. Like, so the average player is so much better and so much more skilled than the average player, like even just like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I do agree 100%. Yeah, and as time is already moving forward pretty heavily, I would say we should go for counter traps now. What do you think, Leo? Do you mind explaining it once more to our audience?
Yeah, obviously. I think I should explain the name first. Counter trap means that his answers to our questions, now it's going to be 10 questions, 10 personal questions or partially Yu-Gi-Oh related questions. His answers will be counter traps, so they're spell speed 3, and we can't respond to it. So we're going to ask questions. Nadhir can make any kind of statement, and we won't answer to that. So
is it like a quick fire thing, like the spell?
No, no,
you can general questions.
You can take however long you want.
Okay, sure.
So I'll just
but not too much time, because I need to watch Endgame tonight. So
sure.
Fire away, Basti.
Question number 1: what are the 3 key skills a successful Yu-Gi tuber or streamer should have?
I think the most important one is that you have to be, you have to have sort of like quality behind what you're saying. Like you can be funny, you can be entertaining, you can be, you know, all of these things. But one thing that's the most important thing is like you have to be able to like present that in a semi-acceptable quality way. Like you have to be able to like put your ideas together in some kind of a like structured form and stuff like that. That's probably the most important thing. Second of all, I think like you do need some kind of a personality or charisma. You do need to be like noticeable. I don't think you can really get there by being, what's the word? Very monotone and kind of dull and boring and stuff, like you're reading from a script sometimes. So I think like personality and the something like that. And then the third one is probably like, I don't even know. I guess like just motivation. The first two are the most important, but you do need to be motivated. Like, so if you want to make a YouTube channel and stream and stuff, like you have to keep trying. Like you can't just make 2 videos. Oh, they didn't do very well, and then give up. You know, like I had garbage videos for like 2 years. You know, literally like 2 years. I was like floating barely above like maybe 1,500 subscribers or something. You just have to keep trying new things, keep trying new ideas. And I guess like the fourth thing as well, maybe like you should be like original. Yeah, it's very, you know, doing top 5 side deck cards, like you're not gonna grow like that. So yeah, you should be original as well.
Okay. Question number 2: how long did it take for you to develop your own on-screen personality, or was it just FARFA since day one?
Well, I started Glasgow Yu-Gi-Oh. Have you heard of Glasgow Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's I guess that's how it started. Finding your, what's it called? Niche is most important. Finding your image, your character is like really important, I think. And I feel like I kind of somewhere did. Initially, I tried to be like the revolutionary competitive player because competitiveness was just really bad. I feel like they didn't do a good job on YouTube So yeah. However, now I think it's important that we kind of. Oh my god, the ban list is out.
What?
Holy shit!
Chat is
They're
wild.
trolling. They're trolling.
They're not trolling. The ban list is actually just dropped.
No
Okay,
way.
Can't be
No,
real.
no,
Right
let's do
now,
this.
right now.
Let's do this, guys.
Okay, no. I need to do a reaction live to it. So.
Okay, so you cannot hear it now. Okay. Yeah, but then
Okay,
let's
don't
just,
spoil anything for me. Please don't spoil anything for me.
just go on. And next question is, why is your name actually FARFA YGO, or why did you change it to FARFA YGO? Is there a specific reason to it?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so excited. Fuck.
Me too.
Let's just get this over with, right?
Yeah. Let's just,
I mean, I need to go soon. And,
Sure.
Okay.
let's just wrap this up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's just wrap
probably
this up.
fine.
Honestly, everyone will understand, right?
Sure. No problem.
Okay, so thank you guys all for watching. Thank you, Farfa, for being here. That was really amazing. I'm sorry this had to end this soon, but yeah, this is special circumstances. And I think Nadhir, you can tune out actually, but Basti and we were going to make a live reaction, aren't we?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
So
Alright.
we're just going to keep on streaming.
Cool. See you guys.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
see ya.
Thank you a
Have
lot,
fun.
Nadhir.
Bye.
It was a blast.
Thanks.
Okay, Basti, do you have it on your computer?
Not yet, no, man. What the fuck?
Do it! I want to see it. It's holy shit.
So wait.
This is insane.
Wait 1 second. I have to get it up as well. Like.
Wait 1 second. It's quick. Okay,
yeah,
so what I can see is
It is up. I have it right
Okay,
here.
so
one
let's
second,
scroll
I will
down to the
just-
first cut. Summon Sorcerers is banned.
Oh boy. Let's wait a second. Wait, I would just change our stream title to banlist live reaction.
Yeah, you are our tech guy. You're such a geek.
I hope that works out as it should. But let's see, banlist live reaction. So I will just actualize the informations. Yep, now it should be good, and now we can just look up the fucking ban list. What the hell
Okay,
is
so
going on?
unfortunately, I don't have too much time.
Yeah, let's just quickly move through. Like you said, some sources is banned, which
Yeah.
obviously is a good thing. Like, this card
Dark
enabled
matter.
too much. Like, it was really powerful, and if you want to slow down the game, that probably is a good thing to do.
Yeah, okay, next card. Dark Matter Dragon. Jesus Christ.
That's
They're
interesting.
going at it. This card deserves it.
What is the next one?
Dark Matter.
Oh yeah, Dark
And-
Matter. I mean, it was kind of falling out of favor in the Dangerous Hunter Dragon deck, wasn't it?
They put it back in. The card is insane. There's so much potential. It's a rank 8 that special summons like any kind of floodgate you want. So you can summon Domain by going rank 8, and that's a bit too powerful for a rank 8, I think. Okay, next card.
Yeah. Oh, they banned the rank up spell.
Yeah.
They banned
That's
the rank up
nice.
spell. That was the right way to go. Thank you very much for that, Konami. No more Azathoth. Oh, that's so exciting, right, Leo? Because that will be the best you have to play for your nationals. Like, woo!
No, I have to prepare. Debug at 1. No.
Lady Debug is at 1?
Wait, I don't care. I can just play Buffalo. Okay, fuck it.
Yeah, but like, Debug... Is Debug at 1, really? Shit.
Yeah, this card wasn't that powerful, guys. Like, that was a weird hit, actually. Nobody gives a shit, honestly. Okay, next card. Sky Blaster. Oh, that was about time. I think we don't really need to say much about Sky Blaster, right?
Not really, no. Just move on. It's fine.
Yeah, that's a weird... Not to... Kagari! Oh, shit.
They hit Kagari? Oh, boys, they... I thought they
What?
wouldn't hit Kagari, but they did it. Probably a good thing to do.
Super Polymerization to 2!
What? Are you kidding me? That is not
You guys
possible.
crazy?
Oh boy, I mean, Salad will still be meta, and now you have 2 super polymerizations to make the mirror match a little more cancer? Oh boy, really?
That
Do we
is
have to do
one less side deck spot I have now.
Yeah, absolutely.
This makes it really weird. Super Poly is insanely powerful, honestly. Okay, so last card is Miscellaneous that actually boosts dinosaurs. I mean, okay.
Holy macaroni! And like, what do you think about Sky Strikers? Kagari to 1. Is the deck viable anymore? I mean, it is somehow, right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I mean, it really hurts the deck. I'm not gonna lie about that, but it is actually not killing the deck. But it's like one of the things that I would have loved to see. So that's fine. Lady Debug to 1 is like really weird because no Salad player gives a shit. Honestly, we can't play. Like everyone was thinking, do I play Debug? Do I play something else? I don't know. Probably Debug is like the slightly better card to play. Yeah. That's what I thought, and I can still play 1, right? I'm just gonna go 1.
Like they searched for a card that is old enough to be on the ban at all, right? They didn't want to ban like all the new Salmon Grade cards, so they banned the oldest cards they had in the deck. Wow!
But like,
congratulations!
Look at this Sky Striker winning 10 YCSs, and then they slaughter the Danger Thunder Dragon deck. I mean, they didn't hit the Thunder Dragon version, so the deck itself can exist still, the pure Thunder. But they take away so much strong stuff from the danger stuff, and also the like rank up and summon sorcerers for Orcrist. That hurts.
I mean, wow, this list actually it didn't hit that much. I mean, they said they would only do small adjustments, but
yeah, I like it.
These are small adjustments.
I like it a lot.
Like it too. Oh, we don't have a lot of time anymore because you have to go. But
because I'm watching fucking Endgame tonight, guys. Endgame hype. We can summon Thanos all night.
Banlist hype.
And I'm gonna watch Infinity. Yeah, I know. This is so terrible. I have to catch the train soon.
I mean, we will try to do something. Maybe we will do like a banlist stream tomorrow. I don't know. We will keep you updated on that and talk a little more in depth about the changes. I would be up for that.
They didn't really slaughter Thunder. They actually I don't know why I said that. Like, I mean, they actually just hit. They just hit Summon Sword. Like Sky Blaster, okay, you can still play it as a one-off. Wasn't the best anyways. Seen versions without it. Okay, no, that deck doesn't give a shit. Summon Sorcerer was a desperation play anyways. Anytime you could do something else, and also you can go into Goliath without using the Dark Matter. You can just go for Heretic Seal and then protect it with number 38. I think this is still going to be a great deck.
Absolutely. Like, I'm super hyped about that. So guys, let that think in a little bit. I think we had a very, very, very cool podcast with FARFA. He talked a lot.
Yeah.
And obviously all of you guys like hearing talking FARFA, so he enjoyed it as well. He gave a little insight.
Yeah, thanks to all the guys who stayed. Thanks to all the guys. This is the first, no shots fired here, but this is such an authentic live reaction video because that was like, it can't be more live, right? So, thank you all for watching. Yeah, stay hyped for the upcoming format. I am not going to enjoy the movies because I will only think about what I'm going to play at Nationals, because like it must have changed something, right? I mean, Super Poly, oh man. I mean, I probably don't care if anyways, guys. Okay. I wish you all a great day. Have fun testing out like the new ratios that Konami has, like, I don't know, granted us. And thank you for being here with me, Sebastian. So see you guys on Thursday and probably next Tuesday. You can tune into our Ultimate Guard Cup live matches or our next podcast on Tuesday.
Yeah, see you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.